Hi everyone. Let's see who wants to say hi. Everybody, I'm gonna try and do this without Molly getting in the way. Hi. It's been a long time since I did a YouTube video. We're in the middle of October right now. Exactly 24th October, and the last time I did a vlog was probably say in Vietnam. There's been huge major life updates. I literally applied to my master's degree in counselling with James Cook University Singapore because they have a campus here in September. I literally had the interview on my birthday itself, September 6th, and I finally signed my documents for acceptance, and I had my certificate of clearance, which is a certificate in Singapore that you apply for when you study medicine, psychology, or counseling, that you are free of criminal record because you're working with people in the mental health care industry. So I'm really excited because there's so many things going on right now. Month on the 13th of November, I am going to Europe alone. Yes, alone. I'm flying business class. I'm so excited. I had this ticket booked all the way in May, the day that I was leaving for Da Nang, because I had like few thousand miles and they were kind of like offset almost $2,500 or $2,800 for my entire ticket to London. As you know, it's going to be really expensive, especially on Singapore Airlines. Really just so excited to fly again to Europe. I'm going to Singapore to London and I'm going to Edinburgh, which is my favorite. And I'm then coming back to London, going to Paris and then going to Strasbourg to see some of my friends. I've learned French for quite a while, but I currently stopped because I didn't really like the culture and I had really bad experiences online. So I'm stopping learning French, and then so I just really want to go to Europe. Primarily, this trip is solo because my parents don't like winter, and I really am going there primarily because I want to see the Christmas lights. As you know, in Asia, in Singapore, it's so fucking hot. Like there's no heat, there's no cold weather. Like everything is so miserable. It's so warm. So I really want to experience Christmas lights and what winter is really like. So I decided to go in November. I'll be back on the 2nd of December and I can't wait to vlog. The primary reason why I wanted to start this is because I have a lot on my plate right now. I'm back from therapy today, and then now I'm currently uncrate training my dog. So she's in my room. She turned 1 year old yesterday because her birthday is on 23rd October. And then preparing for Europe, which I have not booked my train tickets for France yet, which I really need to get on the ball. And then I have to prep for Europe. Come back, I am going to Malaysia because for Pet Expo to get more dog treats on the 5th to 8th of December. And then after that, what I'm gonna do is celebrate Christmas because my family's Catholic, even though I'm not overly religious. After that, it is New Year's Eve. Then in January, Lunar New Year actually begins because the Chinese New Year is in January, which is insane. After that, I have my reporting day and orientation day for my master's degree. So I felt like it was a really good time to document everything, and I really miss vlogging on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. If I'm really being honest, I haven't really used it enough and I wish I'm going to use it more. So I want to start documenting the vlogs again, and I've been looking at everybody else's videos. So it's an exciting time and there's so much going on my plate that everything's just like boom, 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 boom. I was telling my therapist today, and I'm so excited for what this new chapter is going to be. I literally have my DJI Osmo sitting on 2 books, which I'll grab quickly. These were the 3 books that were sitting on my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. The first one is lent to me by my psychologist. This one is called Carol Dweck's Mindset because I have ADHD and I struggle with it a lot, and executive functioning. And I've been meaning to read this ever since a few months ago. She primarily lent me this book about fixed mindset and how we can learn to fulfill our potential in parenting, business, school, and relationships. It's my psychologist copy. This is not mine. So this is on loan for a very long time. So this is one that I'm going to read before graduate school. Delivered from Distraction, which is ADHD. So getting the most out of life with attention deficit disorder. I personally struggle badly with ADHD and I need to take medication for it. One of the primary reasons why that I really love ADHD, and I personally want to practice it in clinic next time, or it's an area of mine that I want to specialize in. But for me personally, I would love to clinical perspective, how the brain functions, the neurodivergence when you have ADHD, and the way we think, because I feel like my struggles a lot come from ADD. And so I found this in Kinokuniya. It's Driven to Distraction. This is by Edward M. Hallwell. You've read Driven to Distraction. This is the same one. This is Delivered from Distraction. So I have the clinical version as well. Clinician's Guide to ADHD. If you're a student or a clinician in counseling or psychology, this is a really good one. And the last book that was highly recommended to me, Irvin Yalom. Oh my god. The Gift of Therapy. Every therapist needs this book. Every therapist to be. So it says, an open letter to a new generation of therapists and their patients. So this one is really one of empathy and compassion in the helping profession. And I feel like this really prepares people for graduate school. And my journey into therapy is highly based on my journey in therapy. And I feel like you have to have gone through the dark places in order to say you want to be a therapist. Applied to over 4 universities. I accepted 2, I rejected 1. In the end, I still wasn't really happy because a lot of programs required a graduate degree in counseling and a graduate diploma, and some took me as a direct applicant, master's degree student, but I still wasn't really satisfied. So I wanted something more reputable in Singapore. And so James Cook University is very reputable for counseling and psychology, and a lot of clinicians actually graduated from there. And so once I settled on a program, the entry requirements were actually a bachelor's degree in psychology, which I didn't have because my bachelor's degree is actually in marketing. And so I called up urgently asking for an interview, desperate to get a place there. And they gave me an interview on the very Friday itself. And so I have my weaknesses, but I fought my way through that interview. I mean, you can't lie. Therapy and going through therapy is such lived experience. And I felt that where I am in therapy and the strengths that I've gained and who I've become is really a testament of my strengths, you know. I remember I had a question in the interview asking me, "What's so sure of what you want? How would you take feedback from your clinical supervisors?" And I remember that was a question that was posed to me. And I said, you really have to have that level of self-awareness to know if feedback coming to you is personal or is it professional. And I feel like I defended myself really well. And if it was me just probably, a few years ago or not even in therapy, I wouldn't have known how to answer that. So I really credit everything to my psychologist, and she's a very mom figure to me. So she recommended this book. It's called The Gift of Therapy by Irvin Yalom. It's really very centered around acknowledging your errors, what you should do as a therapist. To really take on a role as a therapist, to really embody that and be in a position of authority says a lot about the work that we do. Helping profession isn't for somebody who's like, oh, I want to be a therapist, but haven't gone to therapy. I'm just interested in this career. You can't just be interested in it. You have to have your why. And I really thank my psychologist for really pushing me to answer these questions, such as the University of Melbourne and Monash. They're the group of 8. They really care about their reputation. Not to say that James Cook University doesn't, because it's not the group of 8. But when somebody really holds an interview and asks you, and you are looking at somebody as a human itself, looking at someone that's interested in the person as a whole, because I could have easily been rejected if it wasn't for my degree in marketing or my experience in therapy. But I was really proud of myself because the one thing the interviewer actually said to me, I'm really glad I got to know you. My personal statement on PDF, because it was so word limited, didn't do my personal statement on my interview justice at all. So I'm really excited for this new journey. I've worked so hard to get to where I am, and I can't wait to start this new chapter. I'm so excited for what life has to bring for me, and I'm so blessed. Yeah, this has been a huge chapter of my life. And I can't wait to take you guys along with me to school next year and see what life is gonna be like. Take you guys to Europe through Christmas and everything. I'm just so incredibly I couldn't be blessed, and I'm very, very proud of myself for fighting so hard through the last few years. I've really, really come very far, and I want to use this platform to share all the knowledge that I've learned and be able to impart wisdom and my journey as a human being, as a therapist in training, who's Singapore and Australian accredited. And I know that's a bit arrogant of me to say, but there's a peace in my heart that I've never felt before. And I will always choose therapy over yoga. And I'm really happy to be in the place where I am. It's a privilege. Catch you guys in the next video.